Welcome to Destination Jamaica. We speak about the people who came to Jamaica. But what about the people who left? Many Jamaicans migrated from Jamaica for better opportunities, to build their lives, to escape violence, and more. It is said we can find Jamaicans almost anywhere. Name a country, and it's very possible you'll find a yardie there. Jamaican and Caribbean immigrants have built countries. Some first world countries wouldn't be what these are today without the labor, sacrifices, and invaluable contributions from the people who migrated there. There's much to say about the Windrush generation, and its scandal is heart wrenching. But before we get to that, let's cover what the Windrush immigration/slash generation is. Now, let's do this video a little different. Let's step into the shoes of a Windrush immigrant. You and I are 10 years old in the late 1940s. A few years after World War II ended and UK needed to fill labor shortage post-war. So let's begin. My daughter, Mama shouted as she walked up the red dirt road with a basket of fruits on her head. Her smile was as bright as the sunshine, while her eyes were clouded and wet. Mama, let me help you. I took the basket from her. Mama sat down on a wooden stool Dad made and tried to speak. Her lips formed words, but no sound came out. Finally, she said as she looked away, "You go England with your father." "The mother country?" I asked my mother. "No, no fooey mother country, but yeah, them same one," she replied. I didn't know what to make of it. I never traveled far before. The furthest I've ever gone was that long walk to school. Mama then explained that life would be better for me, and Mama, my sisters and brothers will join me one day. You and your father will go up on one ship them call MV Empire Windrush, and it will take you to England. "Oh, okay, Mama," I said, conflicting emotions raging inside me. Going on a ship sounds fun. I could see pirates and sea animals, and I love the sea. But I don't know if I want to leave my brothers, sisters, and mom. I don't want to leave my brothers, sisters, and mom. Later that evening, Dad, a carpenter, got home to repeat the news Mom shared earlier. Dad was the type who read everything, so he knew all about this Windrush trip. He said to me, "The British passed one act named British Nationality Act 1948, and because Jamaica are one British colony, we can settle a UK now without no trouble." I was disturbed. Settle? That mean live there? Forever? So I asked my father, "What about Mom and Keisha and Joshua, Raymond, Rita, Jerome, and Nicole?" Dad looked at me, a bit of sadness in his eyes. He said, "Them can't come this time, my daughter, but as soon as we settle and have one house, them will join us in UK. In this country, we will have a better life, more money, better opportunities, education, and so." I know Dad was trying to make me feel better because he knew I love my family and wanted the best for all of us. But if anything, I felt my heart sink. However, I trusted my parents and whenever and wherever they led me, so I told them I would go. A couple weeks later, we were at the place where the ship slept. It was just waking up when we arrived. It wasn't just me and Dad though, it was a good number of people. Some we knew. Pull up your socks, Mama said to me as I forgot to roll up the long socks she gave me as it was a hot day. We're another same in England, she said as she gave me gloves she made from flour bag. I had on my Sunday's best clothes and my hair was done in a special cane roll style Mama designed herself. Only Keisha and Joshua could accompany us to the ship. Me gonna miss you, my sister. Don't forget me no, Joshua said. Me love you. See you soon, me hope, Keisha said. Mom then hugged me, and she gave me the longest hug ever, and she wasn't a hugger. I could feel her tears on my cheek, and Mama wasn't someone who cried. She then kissed Daddy and hugged Daddy. Afterwards, we boarded the ship that was way bigger than our house. Everyone who needed to leave got on as we waved to our loved ones. I hope in my heart that it was a soon come back than goodbye. The sea was endless and had times when it looked beautiful and scary. Some people were happy, some were sad, some were sick, some sang songs, some prayed, and some talked to pass the time. My neighbor Jessa talked all the time about the pretty dresses she would get and send back to her sisters. My dad, he read and drew. I was feeling too much to do anything for too long until I discovered that sleep made the journey go faster. So I did as much of that as I could. It wasn't easy though, as I would have memory like dreams of my life in Jamaica. Sometimes I woke up happy, but sometimes I woke up bawling. It alright, my daughter. We're gonna be alright, Dad said, trying to make me feel better. It kinda helped. But what was even better was when he told me stories or we shared funny memories from something Mama said or my siblings did. That kept me going. I knew we were in England when my skin started to turn purple. I put on the gloves Mama gave me, but it wasn't enough. I rubbed and rubbed my skin until it burned. A lady on the ship must have seen how cold I was because she gave me her jacket. When the ship finally stopped, many clapped. Some said, "Thank you, Jesus." Dad hugged me and said, "This our new home." I looked out at this strange new country and had a vision. Keisha, Joshua, Raymond, Rita, Jerome, and Nicole were running around the streets of London. Dad was driving a taxi, bringing folks all over the town. But one person was missing. There was no Mama. I searched high and low for her, but Mama was nowhere to be found. I looked back at the sea then and called out for Mama while Dad pulled me forward into this strange new land and life. So that's the end of the first story I wrote, hopefully depicting the beginning of the Windrush generation through the eyes of one 10-year-old. You get anything from it? I've also included the official information on the Windrush generation should you need that. Do you know anyone who's a part of this generation Are you one of those immigrants? Let us know in the comments. Though I wrote this story based on research, I can never know what it's like being a Windrush immigrant, but their contribution to the British from that generation and generations that followed is great. And not only that, the contributions to the Jamaicans that they left at home, trying to help them build here, right? Because that's one thing about us as Caribbean. We're always sending something home or sending for somebody to try to help them have better lives, right? So that's awesome. The Windrush scandal, though, was just inhumane, and that we'll cover in another video. We mentioned the year 1948, but the Windrush generation extends beyond that. It's those from the Caribbean who arrived in UK from 1948 to 1971. The name Windrush comes from the MV Empire Windrush that docked in Tilbury on 22nd June 1948. The ship carried 492 passengers, many being children. Many of these people became, in UK, manual workers, drivers, nurses, cleaners, and some broke barriers in representing Black Britain in society. One such being Jamaican British campaigner Sam Beaver King, who migrated to UK in his 20s and moved from being a postman there to the first Black mayor of Southwark in London. So that's it for now. Did you learn anything? Like or comment to let us know you value this kind of content, and we'll definitely make more of it. Big up to the Windrush generation. And remember, guys, stay as hopeful as you can and take care of yourself and each other. Until next time, blessings always.